Using graphic calculator, draw a scatter plot and find the relationship between x and y from the data given below. So we have two columns here. The first column is x and second column is y. You know that x is an independent variable and y is a dependent variable. And when x is equal to 0, y value 48, for x is 2.5, y is 51, for phi goes to 55, etc. So this information we have to put it in a scatter plot, and after that we have to find the relationship between x and y. That is, we have to find find a formula that will lead these x values to that y. So y equal to whatever is the formula that you are going to get, the relationship between x and y we have to find. Alright, so I have all the numbers here, 0 all the way up to 31. We are going on the x values and the corresponding y values we have. Okay, now we have to use graphic calculator to enter these values. Okay, now what are the steps? Now, in order to enter the data into the lists L1 and L2 in your calculator, first we have to hit the stat and then edit, and after editing we have to go to either hit one directly or hit enter. If necessary, clear out any old data in the list, and also using this arrow key we can go to the list L1 and clear up. I'll show you in a minute. And type in the data values in the list L1, hit enter after each entry. When you finished entering the data, hit this right side arrow key and then enter the data values for the dependent variable in column L2. Okay, now this is our calculator. I'll just clear out this data. Now hit stat. This is a stat, and then edit by, say this is the edit. I have already, it is on 1. I can directly hit enter or hit 1. Either way it is same. So I'm doing entering here, and I see some numbers over there. So how do you clear up that? Use this upward arrow key and then highlight this L1. So this is what he's saying. We highlighted the list L1 and then clear off, hit clear. After that, just come down. See, everything is gone. In the same way in the list L2, I want to clear off this list L2. I moved on to my right and went up, hit clear, and then come down using this arrow key. Now everything is gone. And also we have to make sure that there is nothing in this y equal to, in this functions also nothing must be there. So just clear off and again clear. Like already I showed before, to reset a graphic calculator, instead of doing all these steps directly, what do? Hit second, then this plus sign, afterwards hit enter, not enter, sorry, you go down to 7 or hit 7 directly. So hit this and then clear all RAM and reset. You are good to go. I'll repeat the steps. Just second, plus, then come down to 7, then 1, then 2, cleared off. Okay, now your graph is good. Now I need the list. So we already know how to enter these values. So let us go back to our list. Now this is the table with the given in x and y column. So this is the list L1 and the y values should go in the list L2. So we have to start from 0. So for that, you already know that I have to hit the stat, and then you are in edit, either hit 1 or enter, just the same. Now you are in the list L1. Go ahead and enter 0. Enter 0 and then hit enter. After 0, 2.5. Click enter. Then 5. Enter. After 5, you have 7. 0.5, enter. So like that all the way we have seen that it is up to 31, right? So I'll go ahead and enter. Okay, now these are the x values. We started from 0 and they are going up by 2.5 in this, and you have seen that it is all the way up to 30, it went up by 2.5, and then 31 you got, right? So let me show it in the calculator. See, we have the values 0, 2.5, 5, 7.5, and they're all going upwards, 10, 12.5, 15, then 17.5, 20, 22.5, 25, 27.5, 30, and 31. So everything looks good. Now just go to this side arrow key and move to the list L2. Just by hitting this, you have gone to the list L2 and onto the top. So what is the corresponding value for 0 we have here? 0 goes to 48. Alright, now I'll enter 48, hit enter. Then after 48, 51, hit enter. After 51, 55, and enter. So like that we have to keep going all the way up to the bottom. Alright. So now we have the values entered in the list L2 also, the y coordinates or the values of y, that is 48, 51, 55, all the way up to that x value equal to 31. We have entered, and make sure that we didn't make a mistake or we didn't miss on anything. 31 is the last one, that is 31 is corresponding to 0, right? Everything is considered and we got all the values right. 31 is 0 and 30 is 4, etc. So this is how we enter the values in the calculator in the list L1 and L2. So now from here we have to go to the scatter plot. So how do you get a scatter plot? This is the step 2, making the scatter plot. So hit second, then y equal to, that is y is up there, and there it also says stat plot. I'll show you in a minute. Now choose one, that is plot 1, either by hitting 1 or hitting enter. Then turn on the plot by pressing enter, and the next to type you should have selected this dots there, because we are looking for a scatter plot. That's all the dots here, right? Now for X list we should have L1, for Y list we should have L2. Then for mark we can select any one of the 3 options that we have for the scatter plot. Then afterwards hit the zoom and choose 9, so that zoom stat, by scrolling down to 9 also you can get there, and then simply by hitting 9 we get scatter plot. So these are the steps. Okay, so now after getting it, we have to identify whether it is a linear regression or either is the dots are appearing like a straight line or a curved. Alright, okay, let me show you what I'm trying to say. Right, these are the 2 lists we have. Alright, then we have to hit second and then y equal to, see, this is the second, and above that we have y, second and y equal to. Now we are seeing the plots, right? Choose plot 1 either by hitting 1 or enter. Because you are already highlighted on 1, you can just hit enter, or you can just hit 1. Now we have to make sure that we are on, turn on the plot by entering, by hitting the enter. So it is on off, we need it on on. On is blinking here. We have to make sure that it is a solid highlighted one. So hit enter. Right, now when you move down you can see that your plot 1 is on, and also you're seeing these dots here. Those dots are the scatter plot dots. That's what they showed up here. Then in the list L1 is there, X list is L1, Y list is L2. That is correct. Now for the scatter plot you can pick either this type of dots or the plus symbol or a small dot. Anyone is fine. So let us just go ahead with that. So I'll come down by using this arrow key. Okay, I came all the way down. Now what should I do? Hit the zoom and choose 9, or you can go this way, like zoom, choosing 9 means just scroll down all the way 9. See, that says zoom start. Then you can hit enter. Alright, where is the zoom here? It's in the middle, on the top row of your keys. Zoom is in the middle. I'll hit that zoom and then I'll scroll down all the way up to 9, or you can hit 9 directly, and then you see your scatter plot. This is the scatter plot, and we can see that it is not as a linear regression line. It is not a straight line, but it is curved. So we have to go in for another option, like a quadratic regression we are going to see. But our task of finding a scatter plot is done here at this point. So what are the steps? Let me walk you through once again. How do you do that? And okay, whenever you want to leave the screen, you have to hit the second and mode. You are gone out of the screen. Anytime you want, you are stuck with something, go ahead and hit second and mode. That means you will be quitting out of that particular thing, whatever you are doing. Okay, now my screen is clear also. And what should I do? Hit second, y equal to the plot, it is on, and go down, scroll down, or use the arrow key. Everything is appearing like this. Wonderful. Then go to zoom and 9. That gives you this scatter plot. Okay, now in the third step we are going to come up with a regression equation, and that is going to be quadratic. Let us see. Now to get a regression equation and storing it into the equation editor, that is in y equal to, we have to store this. What do? Hit start, then go to this calc by using the side arrow key. Go to calculations, then choose 4 if it is a linear regression. If it is not linear regression and if it is a quadratic, I'll go to the next number where it says quadratic. Let us see it there. Now afterwards hit vars, VARS, then again go to the side key, y vars, then choose one function by hitting enter and y1 by hitting enter. It depends on the calculator. Sometimes our calculator has extra options. Let us look at our TI-84 Plus and see how the screen appears. Okay, let us see. What should I do first? Okay, like I said, let me clear off. In order to clear off, what is the best thing? Second and mode. You are good now. Hit start. Let me hit the start, and this arrow onto the right, that takes me to calculation. After going to the calculations, see the different options you have, and option 4, it says a linear regression, but we have seen that our scatter plot is in a quadratic form. So let us pick 5. You can scroll down to 5 or directly hit 5. That gives you quadratic regression. So after reaching this point, here these options are for a straight line, but here you are in the quadratic. That's why you have list x1 and also x and y, two things you have. That is list L1 and L2. Now you are in L1. That's good. Y values are from the list L2. That's good. Frequency is number of items. Nothing is repeated. Just leave it off. And then store the regression equation in y1. That y1 is here. We are talking about this y1. Okay, for that, what we have to do is, again, let me go back there. What is that? Stat, calculation, 5. Come down at this point. I'll hit vars, VARS, and then y. Over here, y vars. It is a function. That's 1 highlighted. I'll just hit enter. Okay, you see the function y1 here. One more enter. Alright. Then hit enter again to highlight your calculate. Now calculate is highlighted, just hit enter there. Okay, all the values you got now. This is a quadratic equation. Y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. Now your a is equal to this big number, negative 0.5, 0.1339955 etc. And then b is 2.53 etc. and c value you got. Okay, now these values you see, look at these numbers, and a is equal to that. So a times x square, this whole number times x square, b times this x, and c will be replaced by this 47.16 in y. I'm hitting this y here. Did you see that? Negative 0.1339 etc. and then x square, that is the value of ax square you got, then bx, and then c. So that is the regression equation that is obtained from the scatter plot. Okay, now let me hit the graph and see what happens. Look, this line, this graph is the graph of this function y is equal to, and that function is obtained from these values on your list L1 and L2. It made use of this and it gave you a scatter plot. From the scatter plot you got this regression equation. But for our purpose, we don't want to have so many digits, right? So many digits are not necessary. Therefore what we do is we just we round it up to 4 decimals. Let me show you. Again, I am repeating the same steps. List L1 and y equal to, then it is the words function, enter again, then hit calculate. Okay, instead of so many digits, we'll just round it up to 4 decimals. All right. Okay, now let us round these values so that we'll have a better quadratic function. Okay, now this is y is equal to x. We have a x square plus bx plus c. Let me round them off. I have a here. This a is equal to how much? Negative point, or I can even write 0.13399. So it is 9 and 5th digit is also 9. So this 9 becomes 10. If this becomes 10, that will become 4, right? So in other words, this 399 becomes 400. It goes like 0.1340. So we rounded it to the 4th decimal. Now what is the value of b? B is equal to 2.5303 and the 5th digit is 4. So 4 is less than 5. You can just ignore and write down only 5303. So 2.5303. Then C is equal to, what do you have? 47.16202. So again here same thing, 47.1620. Now let us substitute those values of A, B and C in this y equation, regression equation. Y is equal to, okay, now y is equal to A, that is negative 0.1340 x square plus 2.5303 x plus 47.1620. 0 can be ignored. Okay, that's fine. Now let me enter these values in the function. Okay, I'll do it in y2 and show you what happens. It is negative 0.1340 plus 2.5303 x it is negative 0.1340 x square. So where is this x? X is directly under the mode. This is x. I'll hit that x and then square. So that x square I got plus 2.5303 x. Again that's x plus 47.1620. 47.1620. Right. All the values we entered. I think I got them right. Okay. So we'll hit the graph now. Let us hit the graph and see. That is your graph. Now the next graph. Yeah, both the graphs you can see that it is exactly matching. To prove further, I'll cancel off the top one, the original one. Let me clear off. Now hit the graph. You see this, the first original graph with all so many digits is almost same as the graph that is obtained after rounding it to the fourth decimal. Now what is the purpose of rounding it to fourth decimal? One thing is, it is easy for us to handle. You don't have to consider those many digits, and afterwards you will be asked to find the value of x. What is the value of x? For y is equal to, let us say, if y equal to 40, when y is equal to 40, what is the corresponding value of x? So to do that, you go to the table and look for 40 on this, and you will be able to figure out the corresponding value of x. So this is how you can utilize your graphic calculator to get your scatter plot, and after scatter plot finding this regression equation and all that. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching.